Good morning, welcome back to Munich. When I did the video about the rooftop of my house, I recognized that there's this park right behind my house, which is also very nice. And I, at this time, decided to do a video on that, and today is the time for that. It's Monday, today is the first day of school here in Bavaria, so there should be no kids around. Let's have a look. At the Landschaftsspark next to Baumkirchen Mitte. This whole area is set up quite new, so my house was the first one that was built, that was finished back in 2015. In the meantime, some more houses were added. Everything you see, if the sun lets you, is new. And because of they sealed so much ground, they had to keep some area as recreational and environmental space. And this is the Landschaftspark. They set up a nice walkway to get into there. So there are more walkways, you will see that shortly. And this area is environmentally protected. It has to stay like it is, not only because of the green, but also because of, this was a former railway yard, and there is a insect species, so it's a grasshopper. In German it's called the Ödlandschrecke, who is at home here, and this is a protected species. So no houses, nothing will be built in here. It's a nice wild area, wildflowers set up all over the place. The trees are very nice, and of course, as you can see here for the first time really, this formerly was a railway deposit yard or an arrangement yard. So they had trains driven in here, mostly freight trains, to rearrange the setup of the trains, move some cars around and so on, and then pulled back out and went back onto the tracks. And everything, all the old stuff, everything of that was formerly used by the railway. And of course the railway, the actual railway is not far away from here, right behind this wall. You might hear it already as the train is just approaching. Behind the trees, as I can see it, don't know if the camera can see it, but there was an S-Bahn pulling in. And here, where this wild wilderness is regaining the ground, they are the former tracks of the railway yard. And I think this is a fantastic way, not only to save the heritage of the railway, not in a complete manner, but just to remind people that this was a railway yard, but also to give the nature a space to grow into. As you can see on this pole here, nature is retaking stuff fast. This is not a tree. This is a former pole of the electrification of the railway, or a light pole, don't know. Nature has, in just, how long has this been established now? 6 or 7 years? It's taken back so much. And all they do is keeping these paths, these walkways clear. The rest is all left to nature. And this is, I think, a very good way to doing that. There are more former railway tracks. And if mankind would vanish, I know there was a TV series in German television some years ago. What happens if mankind suddenly disappears? This here is a good example for that. Just a few years and nature will start regaining what we left. They have set up a trash can, which is good. They have set up some seating arrangement, which is also quite nice. But yeah, as you can see here, people, especially the kids, they love this place. The nearest houses are, yeah, over there. On this side, this is mostly industrial structures. So the kids come here quite often to play, to drink, to yeah, smoke. And what else they do? But yeah, I think this is, yeah, that's normal. Kids, that's how they do it. And over there, these new houses behind the trees. These are the so-called Bavarian Towers. There are 4 of them. One, you might see that, Samsung. Yeah, these guys are here too. And there are 2 more office towers and 1 hotel tower. Looks not bad. And yeah, I do understand why the kids like that. Hanging around here, doing what kids do. And yeah, as mentioned, it's so nice and so impressive to see that it doesn't take nature that long to regain what mankind did. So here a little better view over to the Bavarian Towers. Yeah, you can see only 3. The 4th one is a little smaller. Old chimney over there. Yeah, this one I think is still in use. At the beginning of the Neumarkter Straße, right next to Leuchtenbergring S-Bahn station. Oh yeah, and how much of erosion has been done to this former track. Impressive, really impressive. So what do we have here? This roundel was used to turn around locomotives. So the locomotive drove into the track, which are in the middle of it, and then the whole roundel was rotated to give the to turn out the locomotive in the opposite direction. Very impressive rail structure of the 20th century. Okay, mid-20th century. Now all the locomotives, of course, can reverse. This was not the case in the early 20th or mid-20th century. And over there, the concrete stuff, I don't know the English word for that. This used to be Schwellen. So the stuff where the railway tracks were laid on. Sometimes they're of wood, sometimes they're of concrete. These are the concrete ones. And if you drive a train in Germany, there are, I'm so sure, a lot of spaces, a lot of places where these things are still in use below the tracks. Yeah, and here I think the kids don't enjoy that roundel as much as I do. They prefer to sit here and do kid stuff. But who blames them? I don't. When I was here the last time, I saw a lot of animals. Today, none of them. They might have their times too. Oh yeah, and here's some more for railway enthusiasts. These things used to be stoppers, so the train could hit it and it would stop. Don't know how that works, but that's what was done. More old tracks. Oh my god, how do they look? Interesting. So this aerial here is definitely very nice, but it's not the biggest. Here's already the exit. How long did it took me? Clean walking time, 12 minutes. Not that big, but really I like it. I hope you did too. And the last thing I can show you up there, because there's a footpath which has a plan. So there is a plan how to use this path properly in the future. Because this path here, so here's the gate entry / exit of the Landschaftsschutzpark. And over there, this railway yard is still in use. So these are active trains. But it will not be in use for much longer, because the plan is for this path to be a walking and cycling track that continues all the way to Munich East Station. Let's see how this will turn out to be. Because the railway, they don't like to give away yards they have and they use. As you can see, these are all active trains which go all over Germany, all over Europe. Freight. And yeah, you can see the difference between the old tracks you just saw and the actual tracks. These tracks are still in use. Oh yeah, and here you can see these concrete Schwellen I was talking about. Here they are in use. And as mentioned, let's see how this continues. Whether this path will, in the future, make my way to Leuchtenbergring S-Bahn station, which you can see in the background, easier or not. Anyway, whether it will help me or not, I like this aerial here. It's very, very nice. Not complete, but let's see what they make out of it. Alright, that's it for this one. I will go to the grocery store now and see what I can find, because I'm hungry and yesterday was a hard day. We had the street fest here in the Berg am Leim quarter yesterday. We sold about 150 liters of beer. They had some music. It was a very, very nice day. But I'm still suffering because we had to do the setup and the deconstruction and of course everything else by ourselves. So my back hurts, my arms hurt, my legs hurt, but I will get better. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the Landschaftsspark here right next to my house in Berg am Leim. Thanks again, have a good time, goodbye.